My name's Ian.
My name's Kory.
There's two white boys talking about hoops. This week we are going to go over our award races for the league. As of January 13th, we're going to see who we think is in each conversation for MVP, Rookie of the Year, etc. Who we think deserves it, who we think is close but isn't quite there, so on and so forth.
Right. Do you want to start?
Yeah, you want to get the boring one out the way with Coach of the Year? That's kind of like the most boring out of all of them, to be honest.
Do we want to start with the boring one, though?
Start with the boring one and get gradually more exciting.
All right.
Exciting, so we'll start with Coach of the Year, end of MVP.
All right. You want me to go first for that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Coach of the Year, you probably don't have him, but I have Taylor Jenkins of the Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, yeah.
Bias.
No bias.
Yeah,
there
no
at
bias
all.
whatsoever, I swear. He's just... The Grizzlies have been one of the surprising teams of the year. Everybody knew they were going to be solid because they got some depth and they got young pieces like Jaren coming back from injury too. But nobody really expected them to be contending for a top 5 seed in the conference and just destroying all the good teams that come past them. They're beating all the good teams. I'm pretty sure the Grizzlies were the ones that gave the Warriors their first loss on the season.
Yeah, I think the Grizzlies have beaten the Warriors in all of their meetings so far, actually.
Yeah, I think so too. But Taylor Jenkins is number 1 for me. Do you want to just go number 1 and then we talk about who else we think is in the conversation?
Yeah, so my Coach of the Year is Billy Donovan.
Okay.
He was hired, I believe, this past offseason or last year, one of the two.
Last year.
And this Bulls team has been the talk of the league, signing DeMar and Lonzo. They traded for Vooch, and they're the number 1 team in the East right now, sitting at 27-12.
He won Coach of the Year with the Thunder, right? While Chris Paul was there, didn't he win Coach of the Year that year?
He did not win, but he was up there for it.
Oh, okay. I forgot about Billy Donovan when I was thinking about it. I don't even have him on my list, honestly, but that's a good choice.
The rest of my list is Monty Williams of the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, I have him.
I forgot to write him down, but Steve Kerr.
I have him also.
JB Bickerstaff of the Cleveland Cavaliers, I think, is going to get a lot of nods this year. And I actually did have Taylor Jenkins on my list. You just had him as your number 1 because you're biased. You're a biased Grizzlies fan.
I had JB Bickerstaff at number 2. I feel like Taylor Jenkins and JB Bickerstaff are like in the exact same spot right now. Nobody expected their teams to be as good as they are, and they got young talent. They're pretty much in the exact same spot.
I can agree to that.
What do you want to move on to next?
So let's hit Defensive Player of the Year because this is like the most one-sided, I think, of all the conversations.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
So who do you have for Defensive Player of the Year?
I have Draymond Green.
So do I.
Yeah, I don't really think there's any other talks about it. I mean, sure, you got guys like Giannis and like Rudy Gobert, but Draymond is just, he's on a whole other level. He does so many things that people don't even know about because they're not in the stat sheet, and just he is built to be a winner, and he just wins games.
100%. This season, he's averaging 8 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. But that's not what you see on the court. He's an on-court leader. He is the Warriors' main defensive anchor.
Yeah.
Other people I had in the conversation, I had Draymond winning as well. Rudy Gobert is always going to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
His impact on the Jazz, we talked about it in our All-Star Ballot episode. He is the Jazz defense. Without him, they crumble.
Right.
Giannis is always going to be in the conversation. And then my dark horse is Alex Caruso. Not a meme. He was, I don't know if he still is, but he was leading the league in steals coming off the bench for like the first quarter of the season or something like that.
Yep.
He was an absolute defensive menace, and since he's been hurt, since him and Lonzo have been hurt, the Bulls' defense has been bad.
I don't think Lonzo was actually hurt. Wasn't he just on protocols?
I think he messed up his ankle. I'm not really sure. I'll look it up.
No. But, yeah, I have Giannis at number 2, Gobert at number 3, and then I have Embiid instead of Caruso. I honestly just don't think someone off the bench is going to get DPOY, but like you say, he is leading the league in steals, so like anything could happen, but it's got to go to Draymond.
Yeah, I don't think that there's another conversation other than Draymond.
Yeah.
So, want to hit 6-man or most improved?
Let's do most improved, since that one's we probably have more to talk about that one than any other one.
Yeah. Most improved is always a hard one to predict before the season. We're about, quarter of the way through the season, maybe a little bit over.
Yeah.
All-Star being just around the corner.
Trade deadline's February 10th.
So that's pretty much the halfway mark of the season is the trade deadline.
Yeah.
So, all right, most improved player, I've got Anthony, I can never pronounce it. Anthony Simons, Lou Dort, Darius Garland, Miles Bridges, but my winner is Memphis Grizzlies point guard Ja Morant.
I really don't think it goes to anyone else. I mean, he jumped he went from 18, 19 points up to 25 points. He's going into superstar mode, and everybody knew he was going to be good, but now he's just become social media's highlight baby pretty much. You see him everywhere.
He is modern day Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook. He's an exciting, explosive point guard, but unlike Derrick Rose and Russell Westbrook, dude can shoot a three. He's become a respectable 3-point shooter.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking at it now. Last year,
see, I feel like he's right under 40% this year.
So last year he shot. Sorry, I get text through my Mac and one just came through. Last year he shot 30% from three. This year he's shooting 37% from three.
Yeah. Wow.
He averaged.
On how many attempts per game?
He attempted 3.8 last year. He's attempting 4.1 this year. So he's shooting better on more shots. He's averaging about the same points per. Oh no, that's minutes. Haha.
Yeah, he's up to 24 per game now. And
Where
he's
did it
just.
go?
Ja's the main reason the Grizzlies are competitive, and they could actually.
Oh yeah, last year he averaged 19.1. This year he's averaging 24.9. His turnovers are about the same. He's averaging 0.4 more steals, and he's averaging less assists, which actually might end up hurting him as a point guard. But then again, I don't think so, given that he's the engine for that Memphis Grizzlies team.
Yeah, there's just so many players have taken a jump this year, but none of them like Ja. Nobody's jumped from star to superstar like Ja has.
Yeah, he's arguably the second best point guard in the league right now.
Yeah. Other than Ja, you already said the other people you have. I have Desmond Bane on my list also. Bias all you want. I don't care. The dude was drafted 30th pick last year, and he's coming in and averaging 18 already.
Can you most improve somebody from rookie to sophomore? Is that really a most improved? You're supposed to get better after your rookie year.
I mean, that's why I don't have him at number one, but you take the jump Desmond Bane has taken this year and try not be in the most improved talks. He's in top 5 most improved everywhere you look on the season. Last year, the man averaged 9 points a game, and now he's averaging 17 and a half on 46 from the field and 43 from the three. The dude is just a walking bucket. And other than him, I also have Jared Allen, All-Star this year. Nobody expected him to take the jump he's going to take. I also have Anthony Simons and DeJounte Murray.
DeJounte Murray was my 6th spot. Miles Bridges definitely deserves some love. He started the season super hot.
Yeah.
He's calmed down a little bit, but even still, dude's having an amazing year that really nobody saw coming. If I'm looking at before the season, nobody had Miles Bridges on their most improved list. Darius Garland, similar situation compared to Jared Allen. Both of them are in that conversation.
I wanted to have at least one of them on my most improved list.
And Darius Garland getting so much better opens up Colin Sexton to be moved, which I really think is going to happen at the deadline.
Yeah, that's a talk for a trade episode.
We should do a trade episode.
Good idea. Let's see. What do we want to? We should move on to 6th man next.
6th man.
Yeah.
So my 6th man of the year is Tyler Hero.
Okay. I have him at number 2.
Who's your number 1?
Alex Caruso.
I had Caruso. So my top 5 were Hero, Carmelo, Jordan Poole, Caruso, and Kelly Oubre. I ended up giving the nod to Tyler Hero. Dude has been a certified bucket off the bench. He, at one point in the season, was leading his team in scoring coming off the bench. I don't know if he still is. But, he is he is the boy wonder that everybody wanted him to be when they drafted him.
Yeah. I have Alex Caruso at 1. I don't know. I bet that's a huge stretch to have him actually at number 1 because he doesn't really put up the points that you would like him to. Most of the time, 6th man of the year is the dude coming off the bench averaging the 18-20 like Tyler Hero, like the other guys on my list like Jordan Poole.
Jordan Clarkson did last year.
Jordan Clarkson last year, definitely not this year. Jordan Clarkson.
So sad to see.
I also have Carmelo on my bench or on my 6th man of the year. Wait. Is Melo even? Am I stupid? Melo's not even.
Yeah, Melo comes off the bench.
Is he coming off the bench?
Yeah, he comes off the bench at the 4 spot.
Okay.
Because LeBron's starting at the 4 with AD at the 5.
I don't know why I just second guessed myself, but yeah, I have Melo.
Well, he was my number 2. I was tossing it up. I just decided on giving it to Hero like as we started because I was gonna give it to Melo.
Yeah, I was torn. I have kind of a tie between Alex Caruso and Tyler Hero because Alex Caruso does everything else that Tyler Hero doesn't.
Agreed.
And they both also pass well. It's just Tyler Hero's got the scoring.
Yeah, I definitely see Hero getting the nod over Melo.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole, another guy that I talked about, was an absolute stud. He started most of the year because Clay got hurt, but now that Clay's back, they started working him off the bench, and he has just flourished even more than when he was starting. Down there in Golden State. You talked about Caruso. Underrated one is Kelly Oubre.
Yeah.
Kelly Oubre has been reinvented in Charlotte, which is weird because he was doing the same thing that he was doing in Golden State, coming off the bench, but now he's good off the bench in Charlotte. I don't know if it's a better system or what.
Do you think Ricky Rubio would have gotten 6th man of the year votes if he wasn't hurt?
That's a great question.
I feel like he could have been up there in the voting.
He was, people were saying he was an all-star, but...
Man, I don't even know why, where did this random, everybody just started loving Ricky Rubio this season. He's become the new just random player everybody's attached to.
I've always been a Ricky Rubio fan. He's an old-school point guard, but unfortunately with him going out with, what was it, knee injury?
Yeah, it's sad.
You hate to see it.
It would have been cool to see him make an all-star.
He wasn't going to make an all-star game. All right,
what are we moving on to next? We got
Rookie of the Year and MVP left.
Ooh.
So, Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, we can do Rookie of the Year. Save the best for last.
So, my top 5 are Josh Giddey, Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, Franz Wagner, and Evan Mobley, with my number 1 being Evan Mobley.
Oh, okay, I thought you were about to say you had Josh Giddey at number 1.
No. I was counting from 5 up.
Okay.
No, but Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Really hurts. I wanted to give it to Cade. As a Detroiter, I was really hoping to give it to Cade. And we still got half the year left, so maybe Cade takes that next jump.
Yeah.
Especially because they're thinking of trading Jeremy Grant. But Evan Mobley has come in and just absolutely... He has been one of, if not the driving force behind this reignited Cleveland Cavaliers. He was averaging... He got hurt, but at one point he was averaging like 18 points a game.
If
He was an absolute defensive monster.
If he wasn't a rookie, he'd probably be in the Defensive Player of the Year talks.
Yeah, absolute defensive monster, and people were wondering how well it would mesh with Jared Allen, and it's meshed really well.
Oh yeah, I have Evan Mobley at 2. It's still so close. I do have Cade at 1. Because I do think Jeremy Grant will get traded, and we're over here predicting who we think will win it. As of right now, Evan Mobley might be in the lead, but if the Pistons do trade Jeremy Grant, Cade's going to hopefully take more shots, and he'll be more of the dude on that team once Jeremy Grant's gone. So his stats will look a little bit better, hopefully. So I do have Cade taking it, because right now Cade and Mobley's stats are very similar, other than Mobley's rebounding, obviously. But Cade's already had some moments on this season, he's already had triple doubles. But Mobley is a close second for me.
See, the reason I'm giving it to Mobley over Cade, I had Cade actually coming in 3rd. I had Franz Wagner in 2nd. Dude's an absolute scoring machine down in Orlando. Unfortunately, Orlando just sucks.
Yeah. I was surprised. I was looking at the standings and saw that they actually had the worst record in the league right now.
I mean, that doesn't super surprise me. Surprises me more than it surprises me that the Pistons don't have a worse record than them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there are so many other teams I would expect to be worse than them. Like the Pelicans, I know they had the worst record for a while, and even like the Pistons and the Rockets, but no. It's the Magic.
Speaking of the Rockets, neither of us had Jalen Green.
Nope. Jalen Green's a dud this season. He could come back next season.
He started so hot, too.
He could come back next season and show us why he was taken number 2, but this rookie season is just a dud for him.
I wouldn't say it's a complete dud. He started out really hot. I think he's just sputtered out. He came in super hot and just could not keep that consistency going. I don't know. Maybe focus more on playing basketball and less on taking shots at the team that didn't take you number 1 overall.
Finishing out my top 5 rookie of the year, I also have Franz Wagner at 3. Scotty Barnes. I'm about to say Matt Barnes for some reason. Scotty Barnes at 4 and Josh Giddey at 5. I was looking at the Rookie of the Year ladder, and Scotty Barnes was at 4. Now, I don't know when they were doing that, but they had a stat that was saying since he was voted and put in at 4 until today's current day, he's only averaging 8 points.
Well, he's also getting over an injury.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he was injured for a little bit.
Oh, I didn't know he was injured.
I mean, half the league is either injured or in healthy.
Yeah, that's what I can't keep track with how many people are coming in and out.
I want to talk about Josh Giddey though. Josh Giddey, when he was drafted, there was that graphic how it said pretty much his weaknesses was essentially basketball.
Yeah.
And dudes came into the OKC Thunder and been a complete stud for them. Youngest player ever to get a triple-double.
Yeah.
Took that title off LaMelo by like 30 days or something like that. But nonetheless, he did it. Coming into the Thunder, who's got 4 million draft picks, for them to use one on you and you pan out shows.
He's proven all the haters wrong and all the doubters wrong.
Yeah, and it shows that okay, maybe the Thunder trading Russell Westbrook and Paul George for like 14 8th graders won't be that bad of an idea.
I don't think it'll be that bad. I mean, the Clippers ain't won anything since still. So
it's very true. But Clippers have been hurt. Half the league has. You got to give and take. Scotty Barnes was my early season pick.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with him being hurt and still recuperating from that, I don't think he's as high up as he was.
No, I think he's going to be a player kind of similar to like Pat. Everybody's comparing him to Patrick Williams because they played similar positions, kind of similar play style, and everybody in the draft last year knew or didn't know that much about Patrick Williams, and they were all surprised when the Bulls took him. And same thing this year, we were all surprised when we saw the Raptors take Scotty Barnes. And Patrick Williams had kind of a slow start, so was Scotty Barnes, but they both had the potential. They both can do literally everything on the court, so you can make anything out of Scotty Barnes.
When that pick came in and it said Scotty Barnes over Jalen Suggs, my jaw hit the floor. But it's working for him.
Oh, yeah. I don't think they made the wrong pick.
I'm surprised that Jalen Suggs hasn't panned out. He was a stud in college.
He's fighting rotation with like 9 other guards, though.
Yeah, the guy is... Wagner is a 2-3. You've got Cole Anthony, who's a 1.
Wagner plays shooting guard? No way Wagner plays shooting guard.
I'm pretty sure he's a 2-3.
He's a 3-4. He's got to be.
I might be mistaken. I'm pretty sure I've seen him clocked at a few minutes at shooting guard.
I mean, Basketball Reference just hasn't listed at small forward.
No. But you got Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, Terrence Ross,
R.J. Hampton,
Gary Harris, Markelle Fultz, who's injured right now. Like the Orlando Magic have such a log jam at that guards position.
You're missing one.
Who am I missing?
Why can't I think? I don't even know.
But yeah, for it to be Franz Wagner as the Magic's most promising rookie over Jalen Suggs actually caught me off guard. I was definitely expecting Jalen Suggs. I was high on him in college from what I saw. I'm not a huge college guy, but I've watched enough to see, like, okay, this guy's good.
Michael Carter-Williams.
Yeah, but it's Michael Carter-Williams.
Yeah. I would have liked to see Jalen. I was big on him coming out of the draft. I liked his play style. I was really sad to see him go to Orlando because they just...
It's so sad to see anybody go to Orlando.
He doesn't have room to play over there. Like, they need to do something to get him on the court more.
Definitely. And then we talked about it. You had Cade as your winner. I had Evan Mobley out in Cleveland. We talked about it a little bit. A lot of people were worried about the Cleveland situation because they have like 19 7-footers.
Yeah.
But it's working for them. They got Lauri Markkanen playing the 3, which I don't get how it's working, but it is.
It's baffling still. Want to move on to MVP?
I think we should.
All right. You started out the last couple, so I think I'll start out this one.
So go from your number 5.
You want me to go 5 up for this one?
Yeah.
All right. At 5, it was very, very rough, but I have DeMar DeRozan at number 5. I don't really know who else to put. It feels very, very weird putting DeMar DeRozan this high on the MVP list, but it's just he's done so much this season. He's completely revitalized his career. He was in San Antonio for the last couple years, just slowly deteriorating, and now he's come to Chicago, a bigger market, and he's got a new leash on life pretty much. He's going out there and just playing with a different attitude, and he's going out there and he's just helping his team win and doing everything he can.
I've got DeMar at my 4 spot.
You got DeMar at 4?
I've got DeMar at 4.
Interesting. Who do you have under DeMar?
I have Jokic under DeMar.
Wow.
That was a hot one. That
is a hot take.
Jokic has been doing amazing this season. Last year's MVP. I just think that when it comes to MVP is something that team record needs to reflect.
Yeah.
And the best player on the best team should be ranked over the best player on the 4th or 5th seed, unless they're putting up extreme numbers, which Jokic is putting up great numbers, but when I think of players putting up extreme numbers on a low seed, I think of Russell Westbrook's triple-double MVP season.
I mean, Jokic was pretty close to that triple-double. Weren't the Nuggets the 4 seed last year? 4 or 5?
Something like that, but I got Jokic at 5. No real reason that it's arguable to have Jokic above DeMar.
Yeah. Just
from a personal standpoint, I think DeMar's been having a better season. The Bulls have been having a great season, and it's not a knock on Jokic. It's more as it is just a bump for DeMar.
You still have Jokic at 5 for MVP. It's an MVP thing, and he's ranked 5th.
Yeah. So
I have Jokic at 3.
So who do you have at 4?
I have Giannis at 4. I personally think the 3 people I have above him have been more effective this season, I guess, and also a little bit of voters fatigue does take place.
Well, it's not like he won back-to-backs or anything.
Back-to-backs, yeah, and then champions. He's still having a great season. It's Giannis. He's even improving his 3 a lot this season, and that was the only thing pretty much Giannis couldn't do is shoot a 3. So now that he's improving that, I don't really know what else he can't do, and that is just a scary, scary force to go up against for the next 10 years. So I have him at number 4. I'll go with my number 3 since you already said him, and it's Jokic. We already talked about him. He's on an injury-riddled team, and he's playing arguably even better than he did in his MVP season. And they're still making the playoffs, not even the play-in, by himself pretty much, and he's just leading the Nuggets to the promised land.
Yeah, and like I was saying, Jokic is the best center in the league. They're sitting at the 6th seed at 2019, so they don't have a bad record.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can see him being the MVP. I just have him at number 5. My 4 guys above him, I think, have just earned it more.
Who's your number 3?
My number 3 is Kevin Durant.
Okay.
Early season favorite to win it. Yeah, it's Kevin Durant. What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
Dude's averaging a lot of points.
Just a lot of
points. It's Kevin Durant.
Greatest scorer of all time. He's just scoring.
Ooh, hot take. Maybe not that hot of a take. I don't agree with that statement, though. But yeah, he's averaging 30. He's at 29.7 on 52% from the field.
I've never seen anybody argue that Kevin Durant's not the greatest scorer
I've
of all
seen
time.
people claim Kobe. I've seen people claim Jordan. James Harden's up there. Personally, I think it's Kobe. That's a conversation for another episode.
Okay. So you said KD at number 3. I have KD at 2. Like you said, he's Kevin Durant.
My one thing with Kevin Durant that maybe not so much as bad as when he was in Golden State, but I think it's his team. Again, another super team with all of that scoring. Granted, it's not as blatant as Golden State, whereas Kyrie has played 4 games?
Something like that. He came back last week. James Harden is not being the James Harden we know.
Yeah, and he's still leading that team. But at the same time, he absolutely has a claim to it. I just don't think it's going to be him. So you got KD at number 2. I've got Giannis at 2.
Okay.
Giannis once again taking his game to a whole nother level. You said earlier he was shooting threes a lot better.
Let me see what...
I mean, we're looking at an all-time great in Giannis. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's any argument with that. You remember back when it was supposed to be like Anthony Davis and Giannis Antetokounmpo are the next great rivalry in the NBA, and then Giannis was like, nah, let me just go out and be one of the all-time greats. Isn't he like 26? All right, so moving on to our number ones. We have the same guy.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really that much of a question.
I'm honestly surprised you had him at number 1, because I honestly thought having Steph Curry is our guy. I didn't think many people were going to have him as the MVP favorite this year. I don't know why.
And then he then came out and lit up the entire league. Wardell, Stephen Curry. Dude's set the 3-point record this year, which isn't saying, oh, he set a new record, he should be MVP, but he just recently was not the best team in the league.
It's an all-time great, solidifying himself into the record books with just that, and he's doing things he's just doing Steph Curry things. He's leading his team again to a top team in the league, which it's been about 2 years since they've been that.
He's averaging 26.8 with 5.5 rebounds and 6 assists. Steph Curry is averaging 5.5 rebounds.
He's always been a rebounder. Well, not always, but he's developed good rebounding over the last
He's
couple years.
6'2", averaging 5.5 rebounds. That I did not know that's how many rebounds he was averaging. Wow. That explains why I was not hitting on my rebound bets.
Yeah, he's been battling with on and off injuries the last 2 seasons too. So just to see him come out and play a full season, dominating the league and come back as a top team, it's nice to see Steph Curry do good again.
Yeah, I mean, even he has taken a bit of a slump recently. He had
that 9-point game a couple games ago,
which that in and of itself is why he is my MVP, because of the fact a 9-point game, and we're considering him in a slump.
Yeah.
In our All-Star episode, you gave him your captain spot. He's an All-Star lock, no doubt, starter lock.
Yeah, obviously.
I've got him as my MVP, as do you. I don't really think there's much else to say as far as that goes.
It's just back in the day when the Warriors were the team dominating, it was annoying just to see only the Warriors, but to see Steph Curry back at the top of the league, it's nice. The game needs him to be there. It's so much better with him there.
I saw him, there was a quote that he put out. I think it was the 73-9 season. Jordan Poole was 15.
Wow.
And now they're playing alongside of each other, dominating the league.
That's crazy.
Honorable mentions for my MVP. LeBron came up at 6.
Yeah, you gotta have LeBron in it. It's LeBron. You can't talk about
He's
MVP and not mention
carrying that Lakers team, and quite literally carrying them. As a Russ fan, it hurts to see how horrible of a season Russ is having. Anthony Davis has been kind of a joke all year.
Center LeBron. MVP LeBron at center. Best center in the league.
Stop it. Most improved. You talked about DeJounte. I had him as an honorable mention. Rookie of the year. I don't really think there's any standout rookies that we didn't talk about.
None that are immediately coming to mind. I didn't write down any honorable mentions.
Neither did I. I'm just spewing off the top of my head.
There are no other rookies that I can really think of.
Jalen Green started off hot. We talked about him. He's cooled off a lot.
He's not even doing good enough to be talked about in the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Jalen Suggs, a guy I was high on before the draft. We talked about him, but with that log jam, he's not getting anywhere.
I mean, maybe even Chris Duarte can get some talks. He's having a pretty solid season.
Is he starting at 2 for? Is he starting for Indiana, or is he coming off the bench?
I think he's coming off the bench. I think they might still be starting Karras if he's not hurt.
I thought Karras played the 3, or do they got? They probably got T.J. Warren coming at the 3.
I think T.J. Warren's hurt.
Again? Didn't he just get healthy?
I thought he's been hurt. I didn't know he came back. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, definitely. Okay, my laptop just blacked out on me. Cool. Chris Duarte is averaging 13 on the season. Really good efficiency. So yeah, we can talk about Chris Duarte also.
I think he's a solid 6th spot for that.
Yeah. He's just another dude that give him the ball, he can go get a bucket anyway.
And that's what a lot of this draft class is.
Yeah.
Is, buckets.
Just bucket getters.
Yeah, no. He is... TJ Warren is hurt right now.
I am really excited for this year's draft class, though. I'm a huge fan of all these players.
I like Chet. I think... bring Chet to Detroit.
Nah, tank one more year. Get Imani Bates.
Imani Bates. I want to see Imani Bates play for home.
Yes. I would love Imani Bates.
Coach of the Year, honorable mentions.
Are there even any honorable mentions for Coach of the Year?
Steve Nash, baby.
No.
No.
Man's ain't suited up yet. He doesn't Coach of the Year.
Player coach. Can't think of really any others.
Did I talk about... I don't think you talked about Monty Williams, did you?
I didn't go too far in depth about Monty Williams. I mean, he's the coach for the number 1 seeded Phoenix Suns. Some respect needs to be shown to Spo for the Heat, them being the third seed. Doc Rivers keeping the 76ers decently relevant at the 5 seed.
I want to really talk about him for Coach of the Year, though.
Yeah.
I still forget Doc Rivers is the coach of the Sixers.
James Borrego for the Hornets.
Okay, I like that one. I remember when he was signed as their coach, everybody was like, "Who is this dude?"
Exactly. Wes Unseld Jr. for the Wizards.
Yeah. That's
bringing them to relevance, in all honesty.
That is a really good one. The Wizards play really good team ball. Kuzma's taking a huge step up this year. I didn't really expect to see Kuzma.
He probably should be in most improved conversations, honestly.
Yeah, he can be an honorable mention for most improved. Kuzma's like up to 15 points a game, shooting really efficiently, hitting random game winners.
He did flip off Detroit though.
Yeah, there is that.
He flipped us off. Which, I mean, how much of an accomplishment is that really? It's the Pistons.
You're flipping off the 9-win team.
Legitimately. There's one team worse than us in the entire league, and you're flipping us off.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I think,
that's all I got.
All right.
So, just to recap, my awards are Tyler Hero, 6th man, Billy Donovan, Coach of the Year, Draymond Green for Defensive Player of the Year, John Morant, Most Improved, Evan Mobley, Rookie of the Year, and Stephen Curry as my MVP.
Mine are very similar. We got Steph at MVP, Draymond at DPOY, Alex Caruso at 6th man of the year, maybe even Tyler Hero for that. Ja, Most Improved, Cade winning my Rookie of the Year, and Taylor Jenkins as Coach of the Year.
You know how painful it is to give the Warriors 2 awards?
How are you giving them 2? Oh, yeah.
Because Draymond's got Defensive Player of the Year and Curry's got MVP, but they deserve it.
What did Jordan Poole also win 6th man?
Ooh. Do the Warriors walk away with half of the season awards? Oh, man, that would be awful.
All right, well, that's how we're ending this off. Do the Warriors end with 3 awards? Let us know.
I hope not.
Goodbye.